I'm Jane Gilbert, coming to you from snowy northern Minnesota. But before that, I lived in Charleston, and I've been a member of Past Forward for, well, almost since the beginning. Uh, and I'm here today to tell you how I got involved in this project. When my parents were both approaching 90, the dementia that had been creeping up on my mother for the last 10 years finally reached the point where she needed more care than my father could give. We found a senior facility where she would be safe and comfortable, and hoped that my father, relieved of a heavy burden, could enjoy his last few years in peace. We didn't realize how lonely and helpless he would be without her. Married in 1930, their partnership was typical of that generation. He brought home the paycheck and paid the bills. She stayed at home, raised the children, and did all the housework, including the cooking. He spoke for the two of them and was their public image. She was the gracious hostess. From the outside, it looked as if he was the dominant partner. Insiders knew that she was the one in control. Even as her faculties were failing, he had depended on her for almost everything. He had had no experience with even the simplest domestic chores. Now he learned to make his bed after a fashion, and with help, he mastered the washing machine and the dryer, an achievement he was very proud of. He did know how to wash dishes and shop for groceries, but anything related to cooking or food preparation was simply beyond him. He signed up for Meals on Wheels and bought lots of frozen entrees, and neighbors were very good about bringing him food. I thought a microwave oven might be helpful. By this time, the smaller, inexpensive models were on the market, and one of them could be an ideal tool for someone who was helpless in the kitchen. So I suggested it to him. How about we get you a microwave oven? No, he didn't want one of those newfangled things. He wouldn't know what to do with it. It would have a lot of buttons to push, and he didn't want to have to deal with that. So I made a little speech. I explained all the advantages of a microwave. He could use it to prepare frozen entrees without turning on the oven, and they would be ready faster. He could reheat leftovers on a dinner plate and have fewer dishes to wash. He could quickly boil water for coffee or tea. The new microwaves were small and easy to use. I could go to Walmart and bring him one today. He stared at me, then turned to my husband and said, "Does she sell these things?" I thought about that moment last week when I received an email from June and Phyllis suggesting that I participate in a project to create a Past Forward reading for YouTube. YouTube? I scarcely know what it is. I can read a memoir piece aloud, but to videotape it and then transmit it electronically, way beyond my tech capacity. I don't know how to do it, and I don't want to have to learn how. And then I thought of my father and the microwave, and how I chuckled over his attitude, but also felt sorry for him. He was a college professor, one of the most intelligent people I have ever known. Yet, here in his old age, the technology of something as simple as a microwave was more than he could cope with. If I say I can't do this because the technology involved is beyond me, people are going to chuckle and feel sorry for me as well, because to them, it's just as simple as a microwave. So now I have a choice. I can be a relic, or I can get on board. Which will it be? I found a microwave oven that had only two power settings, high and low, and a dial rather than buttons for the time, like the timer on the kitchen stove. I set it up on the kitchen counter over his protests. He did learn to use it for frozen dinners and for reheating leftovers, and he admitted that it was useful. And then one day, someone, bless you, unknown friend, brought him a package of microwave popcorn. He had always loved popcorn. Happy ending.
Hello, I am going to read to you a short essay I wrote for the Past Four group in Charleston, Illinois. It's a story of a very old friend, the old glider. A few months after we buried Mom, the family decided to sell the paternal home. While still grieving, Mom and Dad's three sons and their families took turns choosing keepsakes. The old glider has since become a prized piece of our furnishings. It has been part of the love stories of four generations where our mothers, grandmothers, and ourselves tenderly cuddled our wee ones, our hearts beating in harmony while rocking gently, while humming a sweet lullaby or taking a nap, while reading a story together or simply observing our peaceful surroundings. Time moves on. The glider has witnessed more than 60 years of our family's life. Now it rests on our garden deck, which overlooks a beautiful small lake. Butterflies, furry and feathered friends come to visit it daily. Wind, rain, sun and snow have rusted it here and there. But last spring it got a paint facelift. Adorned with colorful pillows, it welcomes friends and family who enjoy its calming ride. Bob and I still enjoy our old metal glider. It means a lot to us. Sometimes, while gently rocking, we reminisce about our lean early years, the blessings of parenthood and the rewarding work as educators, the many dreams that have become true, our own grandchildren, and much love given to and received from the world around us. And now we feel secure holding each other's hand while continuing our wonderful journey of almost 56 years together. We feel so blessed.
A Mammoth Cave Birthday. The time, July 28th, 1963. The place, Mammoth Cave National Park. The event, my older sister Kay's 10th birthday. My sister Kay wanted to go and explore a big hole in the ground, aka Mammoth Cave, for her 10th birthday. Note, Kay asked for this. We loaded up the station wagon without seat belts and left our home for the 97-mile journey to Mammoth Cave National Park. The participants on this journey are as follows: my mom and dad, my older brother Greg, my older sister Kay, myself, and my 4-year-old brother, Dave. The ride to our destination was without incident. To avoid the inevitable debate of, you're on my side of the car, Dad always offered the, I'll give you a quarter if you see a white horse carrot in exchange for silence along the way. If you're talking, you might miss seeing the white horse, was Dad's clever mantra. It always worked. We arrived at Mammoth Cave National Park. The adults were given flashlights before entering the cave. A whoosh of cool air greeted us upon opening the door to the cave's entrance. As far as I could tell, the air smelled like cave. At age 7, I didn't know any better. This was my first cave smell. We walked down more stairs than I was able to or cared to count. Our birthday group, along with others, reached the bottom of the stairs and waited for instructions from our guide. We walked along, gawking at the stalactites that hung from the ceiling of the cave. We avoided the stalagmites that rose from the floor of the cave. Our guide noted that the letter C stands for those formations that hang from the ceiling, and the letter G stands for those formations that are on the ground. To this day, it is still a reliable source of knowledge for life's trivial pursuits. So kudos to our guide. Our guide also pointed out the transparent fish that swam in the pools of water. I, 20/20 vision, couldn't spot a single one. I did see a picture of one on the information board prior to entering the cave. We walked and walked until we came to a lighted oasis. It was here that I experienced the sight and also the taste of my first plastic packaged sandwich. It tasted funny, but I thought it was probably due to the cave smell. My sister Kay said that her sandwich tasted funny. The last thing that we did was for the adults to turn off the flashlights and stand in complete darkness. Kay screamed at the top of her lungs. The flashlights came right back on and lit up the previously dark space in the cave. On that note, the guide ended the tour. We trudged up the stairs, too numerous to count or care about at this point of the day, and we reached daylight and fresh air. I was so happy to leave the smell of cave behind. Several steps out of the cave, Kay threw up, and she threw up again and again. So much for that slice of birthday cake. We started the 97-mile journey back home. All the kids, save Kay, sat in the way back of the station wagon. She got the entire back seat to sleep. We were all very quiet on the ride back home. I even saw a white horse, but didn't say a word. We finally arrived home. Youngest brother Dave, tired to tears from the day's hike through Mammoth Cave, we all settled home. I was excited to be home because I was anticipating my first blue Cool Pop that had been in the freezer since our morning departure. Mom, not to be denied a picture opportunity because of anybody's fatigue, gathered us at the kitchen table for the mandatory birthday picture. Kay's birthday cake, firm and stoic to begin the day, had melted, just like Kay. Mom stuck 10 candles in the cake, lit them on a single match. We sang happy birthday to Kay. The camera snapped and the day was captured on film for prosperity. Some years later, Mom gave each kid a copy of this photo to remember the day. The photo and the day always make me laugh. The end.